What a day, what a day. I'm feeling high. I'm all alone. If you're out just the day.
Hello and welcome to round 2 of the Performance Link Road to Motegi Championships here at Francorchamps. We are live for round 2 of this championship that has already produced such phenomenal racing in races 1 and 2 at Silverstone. 2 more races tonight here at Francorchamps. We're going to take a very quick look at the standings whilst qualifying is going on. After round 1, the Roses putting in fantastic performances across both races to be first and second, leading the way in this championship. Kevin Copeland and Sebastian Hagegi putting in stalwart performances of their own, tied for third. Then it's Bob Humphrey and Tim Darricott tied for 5th place on 19 points. Adam Shepherd is 7th, Tom Bingham 8th, Martin Higginson 9th, and Chris van der Nessa is in 7th. A massive thank you, of course, to Bunny there for the intro music, and big props to both David Chadwick and Chris van der Nessa for their stalwart work on the intro sequence that we just had. However, there is currently a qualifying session going on, and we will get straight into the action with that. Francorchamps, it's a long circuit for these GT4 cars. The best laps we've been able to see so far, the high 2 minute 30 deads. We've got about 16 minutes of qualifying left, so much action in the last race, and we can only hope that today is going to bring a similar level of just spectacular racing, spectacular action. Very much been looking forward to this since last week. Very much looking forward to seeing how everything plays out today. Currently in provisional pole after his first flying out lap, Adam Shepherd in the 17 car. He's made a phenomenal lap there, 2:30.871. Just behind him, the 2 Roses, who we just talked about, leading the way in the championship. Lewis Rose in the 81, Aaron Rose in the 8. Less than half of a tenth of a second currently separating the top 3. That's all well and good, but like I said, there's 15 minutes left to go. Absolutely anything is possible throughout the course of this qualifying session. For those of you who are not familiar with the Performance Link Road to Motegi format, every round has 2 races. There is a 20-minute qualifying session that you're currently watching now, as well as race 1, 25 minutes, and then a reverse grid for race 2, again, 25 minutes. This is arguably the quiet stage of the session, whilst we wait for everyone to get the pecking order sorted for the grid. We're currently watching Chris van der Nessa as he comes around La Source. It's a fast section here through Eau Rouge and Radion coming up. Incredibly tricky in these GT4 cars with their limited downforce, limited grip. A real test for the drivers. One of the fastest sections in motorsport. Here he is now, coming along the Kemmel Straight. Seems like it takes an absolute age in these things. I can assure you, those 2.5 minutes, they are over very quickly. Very, very quickly. Keeping it clean so far, keeping it on the circuit, which is obviously going to be the main thing for now. Oh, that's Lewis Rose running wide. Oh, very wide. Already some off-track action. Look how feisty they're getting. This is just qualifying. How feisty they are already. Sebastian Hagegi's rear left wheel has been taken off from that contact. Here's your provisional pole sitter. I apologise for reading out the practice results. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself. The benchmark is currently a 2:32. Track conditions will obviously evolve as the session progresses. Expect those times to fall into the high 2:30 flats. as Lewis Rose comes through the bus stop chicane. This lap won't count, of course. He ran fairly wide at Stavolo. That's not how you take the corner. The second part of the bus stop chicane, Sean Barnett, quite understandably, turned himself back to the pits. No, he's being sensible, he's waiting. He's waiting for cars to go by. Very professional move there. Getting himself turned back around. And will be back on his way. Faster times starting to trickle in. Aaron Rose, a 2:31.1. Chris van der Nessa, a 2:31.4. And Adam Shepherd, a 2:31.8. Some good times coming in already from some of the championship front runners. We'll be eagerly awaiting Lewis Rose, winner of race 1, second in race 2, starting from the back of the grid. Himself and Aaron Rose, arguably two of the early favourites in this championship. Of course, there is a long way to go. We still have Tsukuba, Suzuka, and of course the final round in Motegi to come after this. Here they come now, down towards Stavolo. It does appear to me that Lewis Rose is just trying to work off of the slipstream that the 17 of Shepherd is going to be offering him as they come along to the very fast back section. That may have been an off track there. We'll see when he comes across the line. They're working their way up now towards Blanchimont. From my own experience, and I am by no means a professional with these things, it's a slight lift, maybe a little dab on the brakes. There it is. A small dab on the brakes to make it cleanly through. Get yourself nicely set up for the bus stop chicane. We'll watch Adam go through and then we'll watch Lewis Rose just following behind. You do have to be careful of that inside curb, incredibly high, as Lewis Rose actually pulls into the pits. Adam Shepherd comes across the line. He is 4 thousandths of a second down on his previous lap. Incredibly tight margins. That is some serious consistency as well. 4 thousandths of a second different from his best lap. Here are a couple of the Evo SR cars. The B team of Joseph Saul just behind him. Bob Humphrey, the number 36. Again, another one of the championship front runners. Evo SR building a fair number of cars in this series. You have the main team of Kevin Copeland and Bob Humphrey, B team, and I believe a C team as well. After qualifying, we'll make sure to go through all the runners as they grid up and get ready. We'll see what this lap is as well for both Humphrey and Saul. They may have been outlaps. My telemetry is showing me that those were indeed outlaps. Again, I'm just getting excited. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's an exciting series. Even at this stage in qualifying, when we've already seen someone's suspension get destroyed coming through Bruxelles, it's just going to be a really good watch. Here they come, up along the Kemmel Straight to Les Combes. Saul will have benefited there from a slight draft, running behind the 36 of Bob Humphrey. This man right here. incredibly difficult to get right left corners. Spa, such a fast flowing circuit, deceptive, and how difficult it can be to get around here. This is Martin Higginson in the 18 car, currently P11, just running behind Kevin B. Straw. Straw lets him through. Must be a decent lap that Higginson is on here. Kevin, that's not how you take the corner, buddy. That, I believe, is an off-track. Again, I'm no expert, but that's what it looked like to me. Just over 6 minutes left in this qualifying session. This is the new Performance Link car of Oliver Siggy. He wasn't present in the Silverstone race, but he makes his debut in the Road to Motegi Championship here at Spa in the number 13 car. I don't think you can see the numbers. White on white doesn't generally work. He'll be slipping in behind Chris van der Nesse. Definitely a man who's worth following around this circuit. Tim Darricott. I'm supposed to be unbiased, but seeing this man's podium run, and good lord, that was a late break there in the Motorsport Maker BMW. He's made it through safely through Les Combes. Is it Les Combes? Les Combes? French isn't my strong suit. I'm sorry. I know a lot of these are French name corners. I'll do what I can. iRacing determining there's a lot of action happening on track at the moment. Can't make its mind up. Where are we looking? We're going to watch Bob? We're going to watch Joseph? No, we're going to watch van der Nesse and Siggy. Siggy getting the slipstream through towards the far end of the Kemmel Straight, showing what's going to be possible. Lap 1's going to be fascinating coming into this chicane. Oliver Siggy currently in a Send It Sim Racing sandwich. That was good avoidance. That was very good avoidance. Van der Nesse had spun. I'd gotten him and David Chadwick confused. My apologies. But Oliver Siggy has made his way around safely. I'm not sure if that would have classed as contact. Even if it did, he'll have time for another lap after this. Here's David Chadwick. We were speaking earlier. I caught up with him just before the race. He hasn't had too much of a chance to get a lot of practice in for this round, unfortunately. But he's always been one to learn quickly. Expect rapid improvements during the race from Chadwick there. Lewis Rose has just posted a time. He's left it late, but he's got himself up to second with a 2:31.4. Currently, the top 6 cars separated by less than a second. Testament to the competitiveness of this field. And then 7th through 13th separated by less than half a second. It bodes well for the race, bodes well for a lot of action. 21 cars have signed up for the round this evening. I might be mistaken, there might be one more than we had at Silverstone. Great turnout once again. As we approach 2 minutes 30. Now on 2 laps left territory. Anyone who's on a lap now will probably have time to finish the one they're currently on and get another one started. It's imperative at this point that mistakes aren't made. You don't lose yourself on circuit. You need to make this count. Important to note as well that this is a fixed setup series. So all of the cars that are racing here are absolutely identical. As I've just noticed, Aaron Rose has done a 2:31 dead. 0-0-0. Now that is a gauntlet for the others to catch. Lewis Rose's closest challenger at the moment, Chris van der Nessa, really not far behind either. Shepard, Humphrey and Sebastian Hagegi will inevitably have something to say about it as well. But Lewis Rose is sensibly lifting off to get himself another run. Kevin Beestraw, he's going to have to make this last lap count if he wants to post a time. Otherwise he's probably going to be on the back row of the grid. Oliver Siggy is also yet to set a lap time. Just one clean lap can propel you up the grid. Adam Shepard has just left the pit lane, but it's going to be too late. He won't have enough time to get the outlap completed and to set a flyer. Very quick run down the order as we approach the final 30 seconds. It's Aaron Rose, Lewis Rose, van der Nessa, Shepard, Humphrey, Sebastian Hagegi, Piggott, Saul, Copeland, Bingham, Higginson, Tresidder, Darricott, Humphrey, Trevor Humphrey, Bradburn, Davies, Hamish Hagegi, Barnett, Chadwick, and Siggy and Straw are yet to set a time. But they are both. Oliver Siggy is on a flying lap at the moment. I believe Kevin Beestraw is stationary, so he will settle at the back of the field. Of course, it's important to note that so long as you complete one lap of race 1, you are eligible for race 2, and therefore, if you finish last, you will be put on pole. Adam Shepard there running wide. We'll have a quick look at Aaron Rose and see how he's getting on. This is going to be his final lap, so we'll go on board and enjoy this lap of Spa-Francorchamps with the current provisional pole sitter. He's pulled over. He's abandoning that one. It's understandable. Sebastian Hagegi, the man behind, is the only one left. I believe Oliver Siggy has just come across the line to set a lap, and it's P18 for him. That's a very, very last-minute lap to get in, but it gets him off the back of the grid. Oh, he's quite happy with that, isn't he? So there you have it. That's the end of qualifying. A quick look at the results. Aaron Rose gets pole position for race 1 here at Spa-Francorchamps. It's Lewis Rose in P2. Chris van der Nessa is going to be leading row 2. Adam Shepard will be alongside. Bob Humphrey on row 3, alongside Sebastian Hagegi. Kevin Copeland and Shane Piggott make up row 4. Joseph Saul and Tom Bingham on row 5. Martin Higginson and John Tresida, row 6. Row 7 will be Tim Darricott and Trevor Humphrey. Row 8, Fraser Bradburn and Liam G. Davies. Row 9, Hamish Agagi and Oliver Siggy. Row 10, Sean Barnett and David Chadwick. And Kevin B. Straw did not set a time, but he will start in P21. So, looks like we've got a race on our hands, guys. How's about this? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be good. Lewis Rose and Aaron Rose on the front row, the 2 contenders currently for the championship. It'll be very interesting to see where they line up. We're just transitioning now towards the race session. We'll have a look through the cars as they appear in the session. Here we go. This is when you know it's serious. The race about to get underway. We'll very quickly cycle through all the cars as they appear on circuit. The number 8, the Martini-styled BMW. Let me see if we can get a better angle on that one. Spa's not going to be kind to us today with the camera angles, are they? You can see it from behind, that doesn't really count. In the BMW, the Chrome Martini BMW on pole is Aaron Rose. Second, alongside him, will be Lewis Rose, who we're currently waiting to appear on the grid. P3 is going to be Chris van der Nessa. Lewis Rose there just appearing in the Pertec BMW. Row 3, Chris van der Nessa in the Send It Sim Racing BMW. P4, Adam Shepherd in the historic ME7 liveried BMW. P5 is Bob Humphrey in the first, the Evo SR cars. We're still waiting for him to grid up. P6, Sebastian Hagegi in the Kimoa BMW. P7 will be Kevin Copeland in the second Evo SR car. P8 is Shane Piggott. Trying to see what livery that is. Spa have not been kind to me at all. Please, show me the goods. It will not show me the goods. P9, Joseph Saul in one of the B Team Evo SR cars. P10 is Tom Bingham in the first of the Performance Link BMWs. P11, Martin Higginson in the Disc Lock BMW. P12 will be taken up by John Tresida in the number 9. P13 is Tim Darricott in the Motorsport Maker BMW. We're just waiting for the grid to form up and we will be underway. It does look like we're going to be missing Bob Humphrey, who hasn't gridded up. The rest of the runners though, P14 is Trevor Humphrey. P15, Fraser Bradburn. 16th, Liam G. Davies. 17th, Hamish Agagi. Oliver Siggy is in 18th position. 19th is Sean Barnett. David Chadwick is P20 and Kevin B. Straw is in P21. We go to the front. We will watch the first lap here from the leader's point of view, watching the battle, the war of the roses. That wasn't scripted, I just thought of that. Aaron Rose will be leading us away here for the start of round 2. Race 3. Spa-Francorchamps is underway. A great start for Aaron Rose, immediately pulling clear of the Pertec. Chris van der Nessa is looking up the inside of La Source. Late braking from Lewis Rose, but van der Nessa is going to get the position, and if he can hold on to it, that's going to be a fantastic start for him. They come now down towards Eau Rouge. Van der Nessa and Lewis Rose fighting closely. Terrific getaway. Looks fairly clean so far. Relatively incident-free as the leaders now come onto the Kemmel Straight. It's Rose, van der Nessa, Rose again, Shepherd, Sebastian Hagegi, Copeland, your top 6. Really clean start. Fantastic to see here. We look at the Battles going on towards the rear of the field. It looks like everyone's kept it clean so far. Bob Humphrey is now out on track. He's already gone through Les Coombe. He's not going to be hanging by. This is the current situation out front. Single file as they come down to the double gauche. Aaron Rose runs awfully wide there. There is an incident limit, so you can't be doing that for every lap of the race. We are looking at only 10 laps, but you won't be able to get away with too many off-tracks around here. Spa-Francorchamps, a notoriously strict circuit with reference to track limits. There's a lot of defending going on. This is Adam Shepherd fighting with Sebastian Hagegi for 4th position. Oh, they've run extremely wide. Sebastian Hagegi was right on his rear bumper. And that has translated to both of the cars running wide. Hagegi is going to be looking to see if he can make a move happen towards the bus stop chicane. You just know it. You just know it. They've both run wide through Blanchimont. Really aggressive here. Shepherd takes the inside line. Make sure that's secure. Lewis Rose is still battling hard with Chris van der Nessa. Lap 1 complete. Aaron Rose leads. Van der Nessa is up to 2nd. Lewis Rose is down to 3rd. Shepherd up to 4th. A lot of other runners will be registered as up 1 position due to Bob Humphrey not making the grid, but he is currently running P19. They come down towards Eau Rouge for the 2nd time this race. Sebastian Hagegi running well. We switch it back. This is the battle for 7th. Shane Piggott in the 27. Joseph Saul. Tom Bingham. The Kemmel Straight will mean that a lot of other cars are involved in there, and that looks like Sebastian Hagegi has got a problem. Something's gone wrong on that car. Martin Higginson has slowed down as well. Whatever the issue was, he seems to be running fine now. He's battling once again. He's right on the inside there of John Tresidder. Good pass there. That's a pass for 9th position. He's lost a lot of places, but he's got time to make them back up. Adam Shepherd, there was probably an incident between those two. We'll have a look back on the replay after the race. But Adam Shepherd is now down. Chris van der Nessa is down to 4th. Taking it relatively easy. Another car's gone wide there. Oh, bit of contact there between Tom Bingham. I don't know if that was a visual glitch, but it looks like his rear left suspension was gone. It's fine. It was a visual glitch. Some close battling there, but you can see some damage to the left side of that Performance Link BMW. Tim Darricott is now just going to be hanging on that rear bumper. Shouldn't affect him too badly. Sebastian Hagegi and Adam Shepherd, I think this is going to be the battle to watch for a lot of this race. They started the lap 4th and 5th. They're currently running 7th and 8th. Some very aggressive driving here between the two. They were very quick in qualifying. Shepherd runs wide again. Coming up towards the bus stop chicane. Battle's happening all over the field at the moment. Bob Humphrey is continuing his rise through the field. He's flashing Sean Barnett there, trying to find a way through. Dives on the inside of the bus stop chicane. Van der Nessa's come into the pits. Van der Nessa has come into the pit lane. I do not want to see the people. I want to see the car. There it is. Something's gone wrong with his vehicle. Huge shame. He was running 2nd. It was going so well. With all the action going on, it's difficult to keep up with. Back on track. This is the battle for 8th position. Tom Bingham has overtaken John Tresidder on the way down towards Eau Rouge. Oh, look at this, side by side coming into Les Coombe. Sebastian Hagegi swipes across the front of Adam Shepherd. tries to say, I'm right here, you're not coming through, and Adam Shepherd just blazes on by past Sebastian Hagegi. I hope they keep it clean, I really do. Out in front, the War of the Roses rages on. Lewis Rose has caught up to the back of Aaron Rose. He was 4/10 quicker that last lap, nearly half a second. David Chadwick down at the back of the field has also gone into the pits. Chris van der Nessa has rejoined. I believe he's going along the Kemmel Straight. No, he's coming down to Eau Rouge. I'll be honest, I guessed. That's the battle for the lead right now. Oh, look who's back at it again. Adam Shepherd and Sebastian Hagegi fighting over 5th position. Right behind them, Tom Bingham and John Tresidder are fighting over 7th position. Shane Pickett's looks like he's got a bit of an issue with his car. He's been going relatively slow this lap. He was in P5. Car seems to be all 4 wheels. They look attached. It looks okay. I thought the bonnet was slightly open. That's just the design of the livery. We're getting to Blanchimont. We have to watch Shepherd versus Hagegi again, and they've caught up rapidly to a hard-charging Joseph Saul, who's made 5 places off the start. And now let's see how this goes. Adam Shepherd is through on the first part. Hagegi looks to the inside. That's not going to work. Lewis Rose, fastest lap of the race, a 2:30.9. Aaron Rose has put in his fastest lap as well, but it's not enough. Tresidder there, flashing. Tom Bingham. Tom Bingham weaving all over the track there. Going left, going right. John Tresidder in the C-Team Evo SR car. We've got a little bit of a line forming here, down towards Eau Rouge. Bingham, Tresidder, Darricott, Piggott. Coming through again. Sorry to keep switching around a lot, but look who's here. Looks like Joseph Saul's got a really good exit out of Radion. Are they going to go 3 wide? Oh, I thought Hagegi was going to make it 3 wide then. Shepherd diving back on the inside. Hagegi diving to the inside of Saul. They're side by side through Les Combes. Hagegi's lifted off there. It means that Adam Shepherd has now taken possession of 4th. Without too much contest going on there. We look back to this battle for 7th. Shane Piggott has dropped off a little bit through Les Combes. Tom Bingham is 7th. Darricott 8th. Tresidder 9th. Another battle that's happening is a little bit back here. The battle for 14th. Battles all through the field, of course. The top 10 get points, but you know, there's a lot of pride at stake here in the Road to Motegi Championship. The number 6 of Liam G. Davies harassing Fraser Bradburn. This is for 14th place. They're still fighting hard. They're still fighting very hard. Bob Humphrey has continued his charge through the field, starting from the back of the grid. He's currently P14. If he keeps up this pace, there is a chance he can make it into the points paying positions. We do have 15 minutes left off this race. We're looking at a 10-lap race. The battle for the front, still going on. Still absolutely going on. That's the bus stop chicane. I thought that gap was closer. I thought Hagegi was going to go for it again during Blanchimont. But this is the battle for the lead. The Martini BMW of Aaron Rose and the Pertec racing car of Lewis Rose. I won't say it again. Not yet. I'll save it for later. Let's have a quick look at Kevin Copeland. He's kept himself quiet. He's kept himself clean. He's just looking to keep up with the cars ahead. He's running a very similar pace. About a tenth slower that last lap. Making a very good account of himself. Started P7 up to P3. You can't argue with results like that. The train's starting to spread out a little bit now. By saying that, Darricott's got a fantastic run through Radion. Coming onto the Kemmel Straight. He's going to be on the outside. Side by side, coming into Les Combes. be a brave man to break late here. Tom Bingham very sensibly slotting in behind Darracott. Head John Tresidder. The motorsport maker BMW is up to P7. I feel like we need to check in on our favourite little battle. Oh, Bingham's run wide there though. Bingham's run wide. That's going to leave a gap there for Tresidder. But Bingham is going to keep it stuck on the inside to try and hold the position. Tresidder looking for the switchback. He's not going to get it there. You know where we got to look now. We've got to look. Sebastian Hagegi, who's managed to get past Adam Shepherd. Here's how he did it. Oh, a lunge on the inside from Sebastian Hagegi. It was clean. He made it work. Credit to him. And now the chase is on to see if he can get up to Kevin Copeland. For those unaware, there was a recent time model update to the BMWs, which means that they should be able to keep their pace and hold them. That's the key there. They should be able to hold on to their pace. Sad to report that David Chadwick has pulled out of the race. However, he has completed 3 laps and he will be able to start the next race. It looks like he's going to be pole position for race 2. Back up at the front into the bus stop chicane. The 2 Roses still at it. Still keeping it incredibly close. Adam Shepherd is still behind Sebastian Hagegi. Hagegi's aggression has arguably given him a bit of a gap there, but there was a wasn't a clean entry through the bus stop chicane from Shepherd. He's going to be looking around the outside of La Source, possibly looking for the switchback. There's a lot of cars in shot because this is how close they're all fighting. Saul taps the back of the car. Taps the back of the 17. Shepherd's got a really good run. Is he going to try it into Eau Rouge? Is he really going to try it there? I don't think so. Oh, I was just getting a little bit worried there. I thought they were really going to go for that. Joseph Saul, though, has got a fantastic run. Onto the Kemmel Straight. Tim Darracott has got up as well. Looks like we're side by side here into Lecoum. Adam Shepherd is going to have to really throw it around the outside if he wants to hold on to it. Darracott looks to the inside as well. Backs out of it. Joseph Saul gets 5th place back. Adam Shepherd down to 6th. Darracott is going to be looking for an opportunity as well. Tresidder had a bit of a moment back there, but he still holds on to 9th position. Other battles happening at the moment. Martin Higginson has been overtaken by Bob Humphrey. Bob Humphrey there is now 1 place away from the points. He just needs to find a way past Shane Pickett in these last 5 laps to make that reality. We go back to this tight battle for 5th. Sebastian Hagegi has forged himself a small gap as they go through the fast double left. Saul ran wide, had a bit of a poor exit. Darracott dives on the inside of Shepherd. They make contact as Shepherd goes around. He has to hold the brakes. He pulls himself backwards. It wasn't the cleanest of moves there from Darracott. We'll go on board with him, see what it was like from his perspective. He saw a gap, very late on the brakes, and just spun him round. Driver error, nothing more. And now, as they come up towards Blanchimont, he's going to be attacking again. Adam Shepherd is now in 13th position. He has a lot of work to do. There was a very aggressive fight between him and Sebastian Hagegi for the majority of the race. And then it was a shame to see it end that way, but Tim Darracott now is obviously a major beneficiary of that. He's in 6th position, battling Joseph Saul for 5th. Tom Bingham right behind as well. Going to be looking for a clean line through La Source. It's a bit wide there from Bingham, but you can get away with that. Adam Shepherd has dived into the pit lane. Fraser Bradburn has followed him in. Not sure if that's going to be for a stop-go penalty, which was the case for Fraser Bradburn in Silverstone. I naively thought that he just made a mistake in pitting. forgetting that, yes, stop-go penalties are a thing in iRacing. Adam Shepherd. It was 4 seconds, 3.8 seconds in the pit lane. It's in the pit box itself. Razor Bradburn considerably longer. That drops Shepherd now down to 16th position. The saving grace for him, of course, will be the reverse grid race. They'll throw him right back to the front again. Towards the front here, 5th place. We're looking at the battle for it again. Darricott hounding the back of Joseph Saul. Tom Bingham. He's seen what's happened just now. He's seen it's going to be possible again. You never know how this is going to go. Darricott, he's a man who likes looking for the inside line, it has to be said. He looks around the outside here, though. If he makes this stick, that'll be a fantastic move. Darricott round the outside, holds the inside line here. He hasn't made the move stick. They're still side by side. Coming into Campus. And the actual Stavolo, not the one I said earlier. And Joseph Saul, to his absolute credit, has held that fantastically well. He could have just given the place to Darricott, but he held firm and he's rewarded. He holds on to 5th position. Tom Bingham. He's going to be eager to make a move here. We'll go on board with him now, just to see the race from his perspective. 2 cars ahead of him, battling hard. Sebastian Hagegi is closing in on Kevin Copeland as well, it has to be said. With 3 laps to go, there's very much an opportunity for more passing to be done here. I must say as well, you see Joseph Saul up ahead in 5th place. Really not too far back at all is the 36 of Bob Humphrey. He has made a terrific run so far. The fastest car on track last time round. By nearly half a second, he's absolutely flying. He's going to be looking to get past Shane Piggott down the Kemmel Straight. He's got 3 laps to make up as many places as he can. He can realistically go for 5th here. Joseph Saul was at the bottom of your picture just then. The Evo SR B team car. Bob Humphrey showing why he's in the A team car. Terrific recovery drive from the back of the grid, from pit road, from the pit lane. Ninth position now for Bob Humphrey, trailing right behind John Tresidder. His next target is the number 9 car. He wants to relegate him to P9. 2 cars that are currently in the pits for repairs at the moment are Chris van der Nessa and Hamish Hagegi. A lot of close action going on ahead here. Cars all right by each other. We'll have another look in here at the War of the Roses. I had to, I'm sorry, I had to. Aaron Rose still leading the way. Lewis Rose still less than half a second behind as they go through Blanchimont, coming in towards the bus stop chicane. Very late break. I cannot brake that late in these things. Lewis Rose, he's looking for an aggressive line, right on the rear bumper. Just take a quick look and see how close Lewis Rose is actually getting to the back of that Martini BMW. Here they come into La Source. Looking on the inside. Not going to make it there. Going to be a little bit slow now down into Eau Rouge. Then he'll quickly make that time back up along the Kemmel Straight. Bob Humphrey, by the way, has found a way past John Tresidder along the back stretch. But this is the battle for the lead. 2 laps to go. Very tight here as they come onto the Kemmel Straight. And I believe now they're side by side. side by side. Aaron Rose has the inside line as they come into Les Combes. Really tight here between the two. And Lewis Rose runs just wide. Avoids contact with the 8 car. Really close fighting here between these two. A fantastic, fantastic race. That is Bob Humphrey looking on the inside of Tom Bingham. Wasn't going to make it stick there. Tom Bingham late on the brakes. Has managed to make it stick. But now Bob Humphrey on the outside. As they come to, and I did have to look this up, Motegi. I didn't know it was called that. Bob Humphrey will be looking on the inside here into Bruxelles. And it looks like he's going to make this stick. Bingham's going to have to do well here to hold the outside line, but Bob Humphrey has made his way through. And that is P7 now for Bob Humphrey from starting in the pits. I don't know why he did that to himself. I'm sure we'll find out one day. Tim Darricott still battling Joseph Saul there for 5th. Bob Humphrey is very quickly going to join this battle. Sebastian Hagegi still trying to catch up to Kevin Copeland, but I don't think he's going to have enough time to make that move happen. As we do approach the last lap, however, the main battle to watch is going to have to be the battle for the lead. The two Roses have been separated by about half a second on average for the entire duration of this race. The gap currently live 0.2 of a second as they come towards the bus stop chicane. For the penultimate time. The clock reads 2 minutes to go. They will all be allowed to complete their 10th lap of this race. And here they come across the line to begin the final lap of race 1 here at Spa-Francorchamps in the Performance Link Road to Motegi Championship. We're watching Aaron Rose with Lewis Rose just behind him. This is the battle for first place. They come now down towards Eau Rouge. Bob Humphrey has found a way past Tim Darricott. To be honest, I could just replay his entire race. I'm sure it'll be entertaining. Lewis Rose thought he'd run a little bit wide there coming out of Eau Rouge into Raidillon, but as they come down the Kemmel Straight, they're not side by side this time. Lewis Rose, the most optimistic of flashes. Hey there, Aaron, please give me the lead. Aaron says no. Gotta say, not surprised. This is the battle for the lead. I expect something to happen here. I really do. We'll make sure once these two cross the line that we will go back to the battle for 5th position because there are still quite a few cars in it. But the War of the Roses rages on. Oh, I'll be honest, I'm very glad I'm not reading the live chat, or else I'm expecting a lot of flack for that. Lewis Rose again flashing. I don't think he's going to let you through. Something tells me that that's not going to happen, but you have to admire the optimism of the racing driver. If you no longer flash your lights, you're no longer a racing driver. I believe Ayrton Senna once said that. Don't know why. He never raced a car with lights, he was an F1 guy, wasn't he? As they come through Campus and Stavelot for the final time in race 1. They got another 10 laps after this, don't worry. We've got another 25-minute race to go through. Aaron Rose coming up towards Blanchimont for the final time. It doesn't look like Lewis Rose is going to have a chance to attack here. He's half a second behind. The gap's a little bit too big. Aaron just needs to keep it clean here, and he should have the win. Lewis Rose very late on the brakes. I thought he was going to dive bomb then, but he's kept it safe. And Aaron Rose will hold him off for a win here. Race 3 of the Performance Link Road to Motegi Championship. Lewis Rose will come across the line in 2nd place. Here's Kevin Copeland. He's happy with 3rd. Can't blame him at all. Started P7. Found his way up the field. That is Sebastian Hagegi. He had a very aggressive race with Adam Shepherd, but in clean air, you can't deny his pace. Joseph Saul comes across the line in P5. Bob Humphrey, a terrific recovery drive to come P6. 7th is Tim Darricott. 8th, Tom Bingham. 9th, Shane Piggott. John Tresidder is there in 10th to get the last points paying position. The other cars as they come through will be Martin Higginson there. P11, Trevor Humphrey comes across the line. P12, 13th is Liam G. Davies. 14th is Sean Barnett. Kevin B. Straw coming through the bus stop chicane now. He's going to be P15, 14. I'm sorry, my timing software is showing drivers in multiple positions. That's a bit weird, never mind. This is Adam Shepherd, P16 he will be. We'll give the man his dues. He's kept going. He's not been lapped. Full respect to the guy. Oliver Siggy said at the start of this race that he was going to be putting it into a wall. Well, he hasn't. There he is in the second Performance Link car. He's going to be coming across the line in 17th position. Fraser Bradburn is still out on track. And he's going to be our last finishing car. There he is. Coming across the line now in P80 for Fraser Bradburn in that wonderful Advan BMW. So the results once again. Aaron Rose has won that battle in the War of the Roses. I'll think of something for Tsukuba, don't worry. Lewis Rose finishes in P2. Kevin Copeland rounds out the podium. Just 8.5 seconds back with a fantastic drive starting P7 to get himself up to P3. Sebastian Hagegi, a very incident-packed race, but he finds himself in 4th position. Joseph Saul in the B-Team Evo SR car is P5. Bob Humphrey, after starting in the pit lane, has made a fantastic recovery drive up to 6th. Watch out for him in the reverse grid race. Tim Darracott started P13, finishes P7. Tom Bingham up there in P8. P9 is Shane Piggott, and the last of the points-paying positions is John Tresida there in P10. The front row of the reverse grid race will be David Chadwick on pole and Hamish Agagi in second. But watch out for Chris van der Nessa, who will be starting in P3. Well, there were certainly a lot of incidents in that race. We're going to filter through and have a quick check through some of them if we can find any. There was a lot of stuff going on there, especially between Adam Shepherd and Sebastian Hagegi in the earlier race, in the earlier laps of the race. This was him shortly after. Found a way past Adam Shepherd. This was him before he found a way past Adam Shepherd. Just seeing a huge amount of off-tracks that happened during the course of this race. It's very interesting to see just how aggressive these guys were getting. Especially towards the front. The incredibly strict track limits make it rather difficult to find major incidents from this race, but there's definitely a lot happening. Close battles throughout the field, as expected in this series. I'll have a quick check at the start once again. Looks like it's the wrong green flag, number 2. So this was how the race started. We'll have a quick look at an incident-packed first lap again. Chris van der Nessa got a fantastic getaway here as they leapt towards La Source. It was aggressive coming through La Source. Lewis Rose running intentionally wide there, I believe, just to make sure that he was going to be getting a decent run. But these two were battling for a while. And these two as well. Sebastian Hagegi and Adam Shepherd were battling for a while as well. Some fantastic racing going on between those two. Again, this is a replay of the first lap. Adam Shepherd was looking there for a line on the inside of Van der Nesse. Didn't happen. There would be an incident later on that would take Van der Nesse effectively out of contention and out of the race. Already you can see Hagegi just nudging the rear bumper of Adam Shepherd. Looking for a line, looking for a way through. It was just close running throughout for a lot of these guys. As you can see at this stage of the race, a lot of it was incredibly clean. A lot of respect between these drivers, I think. And that's the end of the session. We'll be taking a very quick break. Apologies, I had no control over that. That's the end of the session, guys. We'll be taking a very quick 10-minute break whilst the second session gets set up. And we will see you all over there shortly. Welcome back. Race 2, round 2. Race 4 overall. In the Road to Motegi Championship. Presented to you by Performance Link. We're looking at the top 14 here. The race is very shortly due to get underway. David Chadwick and Hamish Agagi will be leading the way on this reverse grid race. Chris van der Nessa and Fraser Bradburn on row 2. Oliver Sy, apologies for getting your surname wrong, buddy. Oliver Sy and Adam Shepherd on row 3. Sean Barnett, Liam G. Davies, row 4. Row 5 will be Trevor Humphrey and Martin Higginson. Cars to watch out for in this one. Chris van der Nessa will be a man on a mission after his misfortune in race 1. Adam Shepherd, similarly. I would expect an incredible fight between those two at the front. We know that Trevor Humphrey and Martin Higginson both have pace in reverse grid races as well, so don't be counting them out. Oliver Sy, a very unknown quantity. Fraser Bradburn had a terrific race 2 at Silverstone before a black flag curtailed his chances. But we're looking at the front. It's going to be David Chadwick in the Send It Sim Racing BMW that will be leading us away. Race 2 here at Spa. It's about to get underway. And they're off. David Chadwick has caught Hamish Agagi off guard and has managed to pull Chris van der Nessa through with him as well. A lot of battling coming into La Source. Tom Bingham has spun a car round. That's an Evo SR car. Towards the back. That's just been spun round there. It wasn't Bob Humphrey who got spun round, was it? Not him again, surely. We'll look back. We'll have a quick look at the start here. It was Bob Humphrey here. Spun round. Oh, and he's had a massive collision with Martin Higginson. He's kept it going surprisingly well, but it's such a shame. And now he's a bit further back. He's got some damage. We'll go back to the leading group. This is Chris van der Nessa leading the way. David Chadwick here in third. Adam Shepherd has got up to second already. Fraser Bradburn has held on to fourth. Oliver Sy has held on to fifth. Trevor Humphrey hounding him down as they come into this fast double gauche. Some people don't think it has a name. I don't know, you know. Some different schools of thought and all that. You understand. But that there is David Chadwick battling with multiple cars as they come into this tight section. That's Hamish Agagi running wide. Just ahead of him there. Sorry, just behind that was Shane Piggott. So many cars at once. I can't keep track of them all. There's too many. There's too many cars. This is the number 2 of Liam G. Davies at the moment. Fraser Bradburn has had to pit. Fraser Bradburn has had to pit. What's happened to him? We'll look back and see what happened to Fraser Bradburn here. Where he's had to pit. Oh, contact, I think, with Oliver Sy. Oh, it's a huge crash into the wall. Yeah, and the front left and the rear left, oh, they just caught in the gravel. That's ended his chances already. At the end of lap 1, though, oh, Martin Higginson's coming to the pit lane as well. I believe he had damage from that first corner incident with the collision with Bob Humphrey. Chris van der Nessa is your leading man at the moment. This is a battle further back. That's Lewis Rose who spun round. Lewis Rose has gone round here. We'll have a look back and we'll see what happened as he came into La Source. Oh, he just got spun round there by Liam Davies. To his credit, he's kept it all going. He's still on track. He's in 17th position. But there is a lot of work that this man now has to do. And the man ahead of him is Aaron Rose. Aaron Rose hasn't got the best of starts either in P16. Hamish Agagi has found his way back up to P4. Fantastic run from him. Here he is now. A little bit of a sandwich around him. He's got Oliver Sy ahead of him. Van der Nessa further back. Unless there's been another incident that's been missed. This here is the battle for 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, 13th, 14th. There's a lot of cars here, is what I'm trying to say. The front of the group here, Kevin Copeland in the 68 Evo SR car. At the back of it, Sebastian Agagi in 16th. 7 cars here. No, 8. Sorry, 8. I can't count. That's Bob Humphrey on the inside of Tom Bingham. And it's not quite happened that time for Bob Humphrey. He's looking again. Oh, Tresina! Tresina's gone off! Oh, that's a huge crash! Huge incident here in Spa. And again, Aaron Rose has been spun round. Lewis Rose has been gifted an absolute huge lifeline there. Massive crash involving the vast majority of the field. Look at it from on board Tom Bingham's car. What on earth happened here? Tom Bingham, it was Tresina who just lost it. And then loads of incidents here. That's Aaron Rose getting collected in it all. Massive incident. Absolute disaster. Tom Bingham, he's kept it going. That's a damaged front of that BMW. Performance Link, if he does decide to pit, will be able to get him fixed up with a new front bumper very quickly. Massive incident there. And he has pulled into the pit lane rather wisely. John Tresina, for his part there, has gotten away pretty... Oh, okay, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. I was about to say he got off lightly. He didn't. In the pits now, Tom Bingham, Bob Humphrey, Aaron Rose, Martin Higginson still in the pits from earlier. Big names in this championship have just been essentially eliminated in a fell swoop. At the front, by the way, Chris van der Nessa leads by just 1.1 seconds to Adam Shepherd. Oliver Sy is back in third. This is the man in fourth, Shane Piggott, battling with Hamish Agagi. Whew, where to begin? Where to begin? This is lap 3 of 10. Oh boy. So come out of Bruxelles, Hamish Agagi. He's looking to try and keep up with Shane Piggott here. Van der Nessa and Adam Shepherd, though, are your two out in front. I think for all the talent that we have in the field, 8 laps to make up about 20 seconds around here, I don't think it's going to happen. Pardon the camera operator. I've entrusted iRacing with figuring out what's going to happen. Maybe it's predicting some crashes, who knows. This is Lewis Rose battling with Joseph Saul. Saul forces him to the outside. Oh, they nearly touch. Very close battle here. No, I want to see that. I want to see that battle. You let me watch this, please. We'll look onto the gearbox of the number 8 car. It's an intimidating sight to see that Pertec BMW behind you. By the way, Tom Bingham, Aaron Rose, both back onto the track. Bob Humphrey has towed himself out. Oh, that's David Chadwick. That's a great pass by Saul. How he made that stick, I do not know. That has essentially broken up the battle there for 9th position. He'll have turned it into 8th as Lewis Rose now gets past as well. This is Tim Darracott in 8th position. Joseph Saul looking to the inside. Don't think he's going to try it here. Definitely not. I would expect Lewis Rose to get on the back of him. Chris van der Nessa, fastest lap 2:31.0. Adam Shepherd did do a 2:30.6. We will have a quick look here and see how this is going on. This is coming into Les Combes at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Chris van der Nessa and Adam Shepherd fighting for the lead. It's then another 11 seconds back to Oliver Sy in third. We are very much looking at the front runners here. John Tresidder has entered the pit lane as well from P14. 2 seconds in the box, back out once again. We'll go on board with Adam Shepherd. Sounded a little bit quiet there, but the revs come back on again. Come towards Le Fond. My French isn't that good, I'm sorry if I'm getting this wrong. Fast little right-left chicane. Coming into one of the fastest sections of the track now. We're going to go through Stavelot. It's going to be incredibly close between these two cars. This is the fight for the lead. Race 1, we had a very close fight for the lead for most of the race. Well guys, looks like we're getting it again. Can't complain. Cannot complain at all. Oh, they both run wide. Is there going to be a move here from Shepherd into the bus stop chicane? He doesn't go for it this time. Van der Nessa potentially compromising his line, but he's gotten a good pull away there. Back onto the home straight. He'll be leading as we begin lap 5 of 10. 15 minutes to go. 10 laps is an estimate, but a reasonable one to be made. The gap back to Oliver Sy. We'll have a quick look at him. They are 12.5 seconds ahead of the chasing pack here of Sy, Pickett and Hamish Hagegi. All to their credit have put in some of their best laps so far of the round and have really held their station well. This is Trevor Humphrey. He's 4 seconds behind that chasing pack in 6th position. Liam G. Davies is just behind it. It's Tim Darracott. Joseph Saul, who's still holding off Lewis Rose. It is no easy feat to hold off this man, credit where it is due. And behind Lewis Rose is Sebastian Hagegi. The 81 and the 6 are battling for the final points paying position. This is probably where the action is going to be on track for a little while, so we'll keep our eyes on this. Darracott at the head of this little pack in 8th position. Joseph Saul in the B Team Evo SR car. Looking on the inside. You're not going to make a move there. The Pertec 81 of Lewis Rose. Championship leader, of course. Actually, no, if my maths is correct, he would be tied currently with Aaron Rose. But if he's to finish 10th here, that should give him the lead in the championship back as we head to Tsukuba. Right now, though, we've got this pack has really closed up. Really closed up. That's Trevor Humphrey just ahead. That is Lewis Rose trying to go around the outside as Joseph Saul. Saul aggressive on the defending. He's not going to let him past easily. Holding the inside line every time. Rose is having to be forced around the outside. He's run wide there through Campus. Coming to Stavelot. He lifts off. Trying to get the switch back as they come up the backstretch. Bumper to bumper racing. Trevor Humphrey up ahead. Oh, that is Davies and Darracott too wide going into Blanchimont. That will not. Oh, Darracott running wide. Darracott's gone. Oh, he's held it brilliantly. Credit where it is due. That is a great hold there by Darracott. And oh, Davies has been spun. Sebastian Hagegi has just clipped him slightly. And Liam G. Davies, he's just pulled off into the pits. That is entirely understandable. So much has changed so quickly there. Sebastian Hagegi keeping up the aggressive driving, it has to be said. Oh, he's dived on the inside! dived on the inside of Saul and made it stick. Lewis Rose will take that through as well. I'm going to have a look back from the view of Trevor Humphrey here. Let's see how much these cars... Oh, as you hear the car straight through Eau Rouge and Radillon. Oh, Sebastian Hagegi flew through that section. Absolutely flew through it. Coming right behind him on the Kemmel Straight. He's going to try and make the move stick here. Sebastian Hagegi. He's got past him already. Absolutely lightning quick through Eau Rouge and Radillon. Now Lewis Rose has to find a way past Trevor Humphrey here. Update on the lead battle, by the way. It is still Chris van der Nessa, just half a second ahead of Adam Shepherd. We'll rejoin that battle shortly. Trevor Humphrey now has let Lewis Rose through. The battle will be on between Sebastian Hagegi and Lewis Rose very shortly. We go back to the front though. Chris van der Nessa is still leading the way. Coming onto Stavelot. This is just how far ahead these two are. That little battle that we were seeing there between Sebastian Hagegi, Lewis Rose, that was 27 seconds behind these two. The reverse grid really playing into these guys' hands after their misfortune in race one. If you get, that's one of the beautiful things about the Road to Motegi Championship. If you get some misfortune in race one, your weekend is not over. You can still be fighting for a win. As Chris van der Nessa and Adam Shepherd are showing here, Shepherd's run a little bit wide. He's brought it back onto the track very sensibly. But that will open up the gap for van der Nessa. It's up to 2 seconds already. Huge gap there. 2.6 seconds. It's amazing how much such a small mistake can cost you around here. This is the battle for third. Oliver Sy. Oh, Oliver Sy! Contact there with Shane Piggott. Close battling between these two BMWs. Shane Piggott in the 27, forcing his way on the inside of the bus stop chicane. Oh, who's that I see back there? It's Sebastian Hagegi with Lewis Rose right behind. These two have gained double-digit positions. Lewis Rose, even after the incident at La Source earlier in the race, still going incredibly strong. These two now come down towards Eau Rouge. It's going to be very quick. Going to give Iron Racing the controls here for a sec. Once we reach the end of the Kemmel Straight, Hagegi so quick through Eau Rouge and Radillon. Rapid through there. He just gained so much time in this first sector of the track. Shaking the draft off from Lewis Rose. Catching up now to the 15 of Hamish Hagegi. He started P2, has had a very respectable race so far, still in 5th place. He might be caught up here within a lap or two, but that is no discredit to him whatsoever. Speaking of Hamish Hagegi, there he is. This is the battle for third between Shane Piggott and Oliver Sy. They've got a lot of open space on the circuit here. There's only going to be 3 laps to go next time by as well, so they've got a really good chance here, one of these two, of securing themselves a maiden podium. Oh, Oliver Sy running wide there through Stavelot, keeps it on the circuit. That had the potential to be a disaster, but massive credit to him. He's held onto it well. Sebastian Hagegi still holding the gap back to Lewis Rose. Very aggressive style of driving, but you know, you have to give him credit. He is incredibly quick. Hamish Hagegi a bit slow through the bus stop chicane. Sebastian is catching up to him. Lewis Rose is catching up to him as well. Quick note on some of those who previously pitted. Sean Barnett is out of the race. Bob Humphrey out of the race. Martin Higginson has been in the pits now for 16 minutes. Aaron Rose is 23 seconds behind Fraser Bradburn. They are 16th and 17th. Tom Bingham is 21 seconds behind Tim Darricott. Those two are 14th and 15th. Liam G. Davies is in 11th position. He's just overtaken David Chadwick. John Tresidder is in 13th position as well. David Chadwick has entered the pits just now, in fact. Moral of the story is, don't pit, you get points. So it looks like at the moment. Van der Nessa leads from Adam Shepherd. The gap's now grown to 3.3 seconds. What we're looking at here is the battle for 5th between Hamish Hagegi, Sebastian Hagegi and Lewis Rose. And Hamish Hagegi there just outbroke himself, trying to get some speed. A shame for him, he drops down to 7th, which means that Sebastian Hagegi and Lewis Rose are now battling over 5th place. Just half a second in it between those two. Still very close. Fastest lap of the race, by the way, a 2:30.9 by Chris Van der Nessa. Honestly, I'm not speaking because I'm just mesmerised by how quickly these guys are able to get through the likes of Stavilo. How they are running nearly side by side, approaching Blanchimont. Sometimes it's hard to commentate because these guys are just a lot quicker than what I can do. There's a little bit of a gap opened up there as they approach the bus stop chicane. Oliver Sy is just up ahead in foot. Sebastian Hagegi, I believe, has got a penalty. He's got a penalty to serve. Oh, that is some drama. That is some serious drama here. Sebastian Hagegi is just pulled into the pit lane. As you can see on your screen, we'll keep an eye on him just to see if this is a penalty or if it's a pit for repairs. Just behind, Hamish Hagegi pitting as well. Again, I don't know if that was a drive-through or similar. Yep, it's definitely a drive-through there for both of the Hagegis. That relegates them down to 9th and 10th. Still in the points, has to be said. Still in the points. It's not all over for them yet. Lewis Rose, though, he'll be quite happy. He's been gifted 5th position. Some gaps on track here. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this. Oh, here we go. Here's a battle. 6th place. The battle for 6th here now between Joseph Stall and Kevin Copeland. Both of them making great fights through the field. Joseph Stall making up 10 places. Kevin Copeland making up 11. They've had some early race incidents, but they've kept it going. Kept going strong. And now the Evo SR sister teams, sibling teams, whatever you want to call them, they're fighting here. And there's only 2 laps to go. The gap at the front is opened up to 5 seconds. Chris Van der Nessa, if he's able to keep this up, we'll be looking strong for a win. But this is the closest battle on circuit at the moment. Half a second between Kevin Copeland and Joseph Saul. 6th place is a good amount of points. Everything can help in the championship. Is Hamish Hagegi back out on circuit after his drive-through penalty? Sebastian Hagegi is out on track as well. They both just had drive-throughs. Similarly for Tim Darricott, Liam G. Davies. Both also had drive-throughs to serve. David Chadwick has just had a drive-through to serve as well. In and out of the pit lane in 24 seconds. It costs you a lot of time. A lot of time, it has to be said. Stall running wide out of Blanchimont. Hard on the brakes into the bus stop chicane. No drive through to these guys though. They're going to be fighting it out on the final lap of the race. We will, however, very quickly migrate our view over to Chris van der Nessa in the Send It Sim Racing car, leading the way. He's led from lap 1 all the way through. At the end of every lap, he's been leading the race so far. Adam Shepherd is being held up a little bit there by David Chadwick, but is now past, now through. Keep an eye here on Shane Piggott, the man currently in 3rd position. There's going to be another battle on circuit here in a moment. Oliver Sy in 4th. A terrific race here on his debut round. He does, however, have the soon-to-be championship leader once again, Lewis Rose, bearing down on him. Every point counts on the road to Motegi. So it would be fantastic for Oliver Sy to hold this position. It would be fantastic for Lewis Rose to gain that position. We will, however, keep an eye on Chris van der Nessa as he rounds Stavelot for the last time. As he comes up towards Blanchimont for the last time. He's had some very close racing earlier on with Adam Shepherd, but a slight mistake. Lost the toe, lost the draft. It's given this man some room as he comes towards the bus stop chicane for the last time this race. Indeed, here we are, coming across the line now. Chris van der Nessa with his first win in the Performance Link Road to Motegi Championship. A superb result for the Send It Sim Racing car. 2nd place is going to be Adam Shepherd. A fitting race there given his misfortune in race 1. Did terrifically well to get himself back up to 2nd. In 3rd position here will be Shane Piggott, but just behind Oliver Sy and Lewis Rose battling into the bus stop chicane for 4th. Shane Piggott has secured 3rd. Oliver Sy has done fantastically well to hold on to 4th position there. Lewis Rose with a good recovery drive up into 5th place, gaining 14 places. 6th place is going to be going to Joseph Saul, just ahead of Kevin Copeland, being able to hold him off. A few seconds back here, Trevor Humphrey is going to be 8th place in the 2nd B-Team Evo SR car. Sebastian Agegi, his drive-through cost him dearly. He could have been battling for 4th, instead he'll have to settle for 9th position. This is Hamish Hagegi for, I believe, his first point in the Road to Motegi Championship by Performance Link. Across the line in 10th position. Great result for him. Liam Davies come across the line in 11th. A few seconds back here will be John Tresidder and Tim Darricott, who are battling at the end there for 12th and 13th. It's a bit of a gap back now. Tom Bingham coming through Blanchimont. Now, bit of a gap here, but it was very much a race of attrition here. 8 of the 20 cars didn't go down pit road in a 25-minute race. That's how much action was going on here. The track limits really came into play for a lot of cars here as Tom Bingham comes across the line in 14th position. This is Fraser Bradburn coming across the line in 15th place. 16th will be Aaron Rose. He's had a bit of a torrid race here. The incident early on took him out of contention. A lot of repairs. Minute 50 in pit lane. He finishes in the end on the lead lap. And that's it. That's the race there. We find ourselves after that very action-packed start there to race 2. It's a win for Chris van der Nessa, his first win in the Performance Link Road to Motegi Championship. 2nd place goes to Adam Shepherd. A great result for him after the misfortune of race 1. Shane Piggott picks up P3. Very good result for him. He started in 12th. Double points for him this round. Oliver Sy in 4th place, holding off Lewis Rose, who ended up in 5th place. Joseph Saul ends the race 6th place. Kevin Copeland is P7, Trevor Humphrey P8, Sebastian Hagegi and Hamish Hagegi round off the points here at Spa. Well, how's about them apples, eh? That was a lot of fun. Whew. We'll have a look at a couple of incidents. We'll have a look at lap 1 again. Because, boy, oh boy, there was a lot going on in lap 1. If the thing will let me, please. We'll have a quick check here of the cars coming away through lap 1. It was very much action from the word go. Here we go again. A replay of the first lap here. Chris van der Nesse took a very early lead, diving around the outside. Big incident there. Martin Higginson was taken out of the race very early on. The collision between Tom Bingham and Bob Humphrey. Higginson was collected. And then as the race went on, you could just see he's struggling with the car. It's not going in the right direction, that's for certain. Still a lot of close racing going on the first lap especially. Great move there by Sebastian Hagegi on the 15. That was the 15 of Hamish Hagegi at the time, but as will become apparent later on in this lap, there was still a lot of action to go on. Up at the front, the battle's going on between an Evo SRB team car and the performance link of Oliver Sy. The battle at the front, Van der Nesse and Shepherd really just got away from it all there. A little bit of contact there on lap 1 as well. We didn't even catch that. Liam G. Davies was running wide. There was just a lot of action here. That was Fraser Bradburn going out the race. Big incident. Big incident. It would be a lap later, lap 2, when even more action occurred. Lewis Rose getting tagged here, spun around by Liam G. Davies at the start of lap 2. And then not too long after that, further down the track, a big incident here coming out of the Double Gauche. There's some close battling there between the Evo SR and Tom Bingham. A little bit of contact there between the 36 of Bob Humphrey and then Tresida running wide, just collecting the cars, and it was absolute carnage from there on, and Aaron Rose getting caught up in it all as well. A big incident there between a lot of cars. It was a shame to see it end that way, but ultimately sometimes that's racing. Here's the results once again. Chris van der Nesse was your winner for this round. Fantastic result there in race 2 for him after a very difficult race 1. But that is pretty much that here today at a really Really action-packed event once again in the Performance Link Road to Motegi Championship. It's been a lot of fun. We caught some incidents there. It would take a while to run through everything, but the results here of round 2, race 2, once again, Chris van der Nessa is your winner. Adam Shepherd in second position. Shane Piggott there, P3. Oliver Sy in P4. Lewis Rose, P5. Joseph Saul in 6th. Kevin Copeland and Trevor Humphrey, 7th and 8th. And the two Hagegis, Sebastian and Hamish, 9th and 10th, to round off the points. We will make sure to get the standings updated. There will be various elements of the race that are going to be reviewed there. As you can imagine, laps 1 and 2, a lot of hectic action there took place, and it will be very interesting to see how that all unfolds. But that there is Spa-Francorchamps. We will be back in a week's time for round 3 as we head to Japan. Tsukuba will play host to round 3. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've had a wonderful evening. I've been Jack Mace. We will see you next week.
So cliche, I see the sparks you throw my way. I know your name is written on everyone's mind.